What's up guys, Ben Milliken here for Mystery Tackle Box. As you can see behind me, got the truck, got the boat, got everything hooked up. Oh, there's a lake in the background right there. I'm about to get out and catch some big old fish on this lake. In today's video, I'm going to be using my Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box for February, as well as some other baits I love to fish in the winter, and some of the past Mystery Tackle Box baits to go out, tie them on, hopefully catch some big old fish in this lake. And the great thing is, this lake might as well be called Forrest Gump Lake because it is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Big bass, we got big largemouth, big smallmouth, big wipers, big white bass, big walleye, big catfish. You literally don't know what's gonna be on the other end of your line. So this should be a pretty fun video to do today, or maybe we'll get swerved. You know how fishing is, sometimes you don't always catch them. But anyways, I'm going to go through the baits in my Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box for February. Give me a second to get them tied on. We're gonna launch the boat, head out to the lake, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to fish the baits that came in your Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box for February. Let's go. Yeah, super jacked for this moment. It's my favorite time every time of the month when I get to open my Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box, see what's inside. It's literally like Christmas every month. Oh man, we got some cool baits in here. First one we got here, Biospawn Exo Stick. So we got a little, looks like a stickworm type bait, but it's a little bit different. Got some nice ridges on there, so it's a little bit different than any other stickworm that I have seen, so that's pretty sick. Got some of these Carl Stash power spinners, and that's awesome for a technique where you actually screw them into this stickworm. I'll show you guys how that works in just a second. Keith Poche almost won the Bassmaster Classic with this rig about 5-6 years ago, so super sick bait. Got these smart baits. Looks like they're gonna be a good. Got these smart baits. Looks like they're color changing baits. That's pretty neat. Looks like they're gonna be a good drop shot bait. Look at that thing. It's like a little goby type bait. Looks like it's gonna be pretty sick on a drop shot. It's got that nice flat bottom. We'll get that guy tied on. That looks pretty sick. Got the Stan Sloan Zorro mouse head swim jig. If you watch my channel, you know how much I love swim jigs. This guy right here looks like a winner. Came in the shad coat, which is absolutely perfect. Should be able to put a swim bait or something on the back of that. Catch some big old fish. Next one, Stickey's Wacky Rig Drop Shot 2-aught offset hook. So once again, that's gonna be perfect for this stick bait. Perfect looking hook. Let's take a look at that really quick. I like to see the bends on these hooks because everyone makes them a little bit different. Oh man, that is absolutely perfect. I'm not sure if you can see that. Razor sharp hook, gonna be a perfect little wide bend hook right there, but that's not a super ultra wide bend, so you're not gonna get snagged all the time. Really like the looks of this Mystery Tackle Box exclusive hooks right there. Next one up, oh perfect, winter time, springtime, fall, whenever the water's cold, jerk bait. Berkeley Cutter 110 jerk bait, comes in a nice chrome blue back, should be absolutely killer today. One more bait in here. It is the Ketchco Pro Series Razor Worm. I love these cut tail type worms. This is gonna be an awesome bait for a shaky head, drop shot, about whatever finesse technique you wanna use in this guy, Nico rig, but that guy should be money. So let's go out to the water, get these dudes tied on. Now I'm gonna tie in a couple of my other winter favorites, show you guys how to fish these baits to hopefully catch some fish. Hopefully catch some today, that'd be pretty sweet. All right guys, just got out to our very first spot. It's time to get this show on the road. You know, we only got a couple hours to fish today, so it's really important that we maximize our time, just like you guys always have to do when you're out on the water. So the way I did that was I launched the boat, headed all the way across the lake to the other side because the wind is blowing on this side of the lake, as you guys can see. Now that's very important because this lake is loaded with flats, points, and a ton of bait fish. And whenever you have flatter, shallower lakes, especially ones with a lot of bait and a lot of different species of fish, it's super important to find those wind-blown areas that can stir up the mud, get those fish activated, and so that's what we found in this area right here. Now I keyed in on this specific cove right here, this nice shallow cove. It's probably only 2 or 3 feet deep because I saw a bunch of seagulls busting as I pulled up to this spot. So I'm really thinking this could be a spot that could be loaded up with bait fish and of course game fish behind them. Like I said, this lake you have no idea what you're gonna catch. So I'm super jacked to get started here, see what we can catch. I tied up 3 or 4 of those mystery tackle box baits that came in my February box, and I also got a couple other baits that are some of my winter favorites that I'll share with you as well as we get going. Let's do it. All right, so first bait we're gonna start with as we get going, I'm gonna start with this cutter jerk bait. This is an awesome bait for this scenario. You know, it's flashy, it darts around, and I like to fish it really aggressively. Usually I fish a jerk bait slow and methodically when I'm fishing for cold water largemouth and I really want that bait to suspend, but this is a whole different scenario. This is totally different than any other way we've fished on any previous videos. It's gonna be long casts, hard rips of this bait, and really covering water to find where those active fish are gonna be eating those shad as this sun gets lower in the sky. Oh, there's one right there. Hell yeah, pulled out this jerk bait at this point, just like I said, and we're hooked up. Not sure what we're hooked up with. It's staying down. It might not be a white. It's a white. Dang it. I swear, guys, there are largemouth and smallmouth bass in this lake. I guess that's how today's gonna go. Super fun bonus fish, and it's awesome. Mystery Tackle Box puts these really good shad imitating baits in your box where you can catch multiple different species. It's cool to get a bonus fish like this. I don't know if the largemouth and smallmouth are gonna fire today. They've been tough so far, but I'll take this all day. That's a decent fish. I was catching a couple on the single swim bait, but I noticed this water is a little bit murked up. And whenever there's murky water, I don't want to throw that single swim bait. That's a supernatural bait. It's a great fish catcher. But when the water's a little bit dirty, there's better alternatives in my opinion. So I picked up this Stan Sloan swim jig I got in my box, and it just has a little bit more action. Obviously, it's a bigger profile, a little bit more color. It stands out a little bit more. So I think it's absolutely perfect for conditions like these where the wind's been stirring it up all day. Just a little white bass, but I guarantee there's some largemouth, smallmouth mixed in, potentially even some walleye, catfish, who knows? But yeah, definitely a sick bait. I love swim jigs anytime you're around shallow water, shallow cover. Usually I like it around shallow grass. That's my favorite way to throw this, but just shallow flats like this are absolutely key for the little swim jig like that. There we go. There we go. What do we have here? Like I said, you never know what you're gonna catch in this lake. Another white bass. Man, that's funny. I just picked up, oh, there he goes. Get him back in the water. Cool little white bass. There we go. There's another one on the swim jig. God, these fish crush it. They love this thing. What do I got here? You kidding me? Another white bass? Fun though. Fat little white bass. Not a largemouth or a smallmouth bass like I usually catch, but certainly fun. Little swim bait trailer on this guy. This thing's love it. So the last bait in the box, or I guess it's a rigging system that we have to use today, and we've come to a perfect spot for it here in this cove, is this this power spinner worm rig. And this is a really different way to fish a stick worm. A lot of guys aren't talking about it. I don't really want to let this out of the bag for you guys, but it's kind of a secret way. I've caught a lot of extra fish in tournaments and other stuff the last few years, but basically it's this Carl Stash spinner with a screw lock into it, and I screwed it into this Biospawn Exo worm, and then this Stickey's 2/0 Wacky worm hook. So it's perfect for this scenario, but this thing looks just outrageous. It looks really stupid. Absolutely gets freaking bit. Like, I've caught so many fish on this, fishing pea gravel banks, putting on a Texas rig, flipping docks, trees, stuff like that. This is an awesome bait to throw out whenever you go through an area and you just need to soak it up and maybe get a couple more bites. This guy is absolutely money. All right, guys, just got off the water. Actually, I got kicked off the water. They shut this lake down a half hour before the sun goes down, as you can see. It is about to do that, but didn't necessarily catch the species, or a lot of the species that I was hoping to catch today. But the great thing is I did have a great time. You should always go out, have a good time when you're out on the water, and I definitely did that today. Like I was saying earlier, it's awesome. Mystery Tackle Box includes baits in the box that will catch multiple species of fish. It's not ultra technique specific. Shad imitating baits were absolutely key today, and I really hope some of the tips I shared will help you catch more fish out on your fishery. So with that, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you guys very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.